What would Bardock think of Goku in today's Dragon Ball? Well, I'm going to give you my answer right now. I think he'd be very proud of his son for a lot of reasons, and make sure to subscribe here and stay tuned for numerous of those reasons. When we look at Bardock, and I would say we look at obviously Akira Toriyama's late great passing of Akira Toriyama, his rendition of Bardock's character, Bardock showed a lot more emotional humility, a lot more emotional awareness, I would say, at an earlier point in the story than the previous DBZ version of Bardock that you guys are probably thinking about, that didn't even have that, actually I should say, wore the headband. When Bardock looks at his son Kakarot, we go back to that Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. He sent Goku away for a very specific reason. He said it. He believed that it was a shame that Goku was even being looked down upon just because he was a low-class Saiyan warrior. Bardock wanted to give his one of his two sons, but especially in the case of Kakarot, him a true chance to show that he could be more than just that. And of course, Goku has proven that he's the low-class warrior status never meant anything really, because Goku has always proven he can handle the toughest threats, the toughest challenges that have come to Earth. And I think Bardock, if he was able to see his son go through these battles with Vegeta, Cell, Frieza, Majin Buu, the list obviously goes on, battling a god of destruction such as Beerus, Bardock would be like my Kakarot, you know what I mean? I'm sure he would be so proud to see that it was worth it, saving Goku's life at the expense of not only Bardock and Janae's, but the entire Saiyan race, really. Like, it was too late for them to have done anything, and even still, gave his son a chance. You just have to look at what Goku's been able to achieve and accomplish, and I think when we talk about him hitting his head, right, and that is what reversed him from actually destroying Earth in the first place, I still think there is a bit of Bardock and Janae both as Goku's parents in there, and I'll talk about this in the next part in a little bit more detail, that I think contributed to still a little bit of his personality. You see it. We saw it in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. You can see some of Janae's innocence in Goku. You can see, obviously, Bardock's intensity and Bardock's, focus on the mission as well. So I think sometimes fans overlook that and think it doesn't matter. It does. But Goku hitting his head was the biggest thing there that really changed his trajectory in regards to how he was going to be personality-wise, how he was going to be mentally. But why would Bardock not think positively of his son Goku? Like I said, if we're going off of a different version of Bardock, maybe he looks at his son in a different way. And it's still not to say that, because even technically the previous version of Bardock's character that was a bit different from this current one that we know of in Dragon Ball Super, that Bardock was still having the premonitions and the dreams and the visions that were really about his son Goku. And even still, it was like he was still amazed at seeing what Goku was doing, but not understanding, or I should say Kakarot was doing, and not understanding why his son Kakarot was there, why he was seeing those visions. So it's still something I would love to see in Dragon Ball happen one day. It's probably not going to happen. I'll never say never, because, well, people said Broly would never become another relevant character in Dragon Ball after the DBZ version of him, what was the only thing that we knew of. There were thoughts that, oh, well, once we came to Dragon Ball Super and Kefla was introduced, you'll never see Broly, because why would they create Broly when I should say Kefla. Gosh, Kale, confusing with Kefla into Kefla. That's actually another topic I have after the following two videos, but my point is that anything can happen, and there could always be a weird moment in Dragon Ball's history where there's a time skip, there's time patrollers, something. I mean, for crying out loud, the Earthlings have meddled with time enough, and despite Dragon Ball GT's route, which that obviously had negative connotations, in this case, in this scenario, I think there's always a chance Bardock could be revived one day, or there could be some sort of thing happen with him and Goku. But fans will also say, well, Bardock, his soul doesn't exist, right? He was sent to hell, which I'm going to challenge that, because considering his last efforts before he was destroyed, I think in Dragon Ball it's proven it's not very consistent, and sometimes those type of moments matter. It's like, did you ever turn over a leaf for the better? Bardock, if it was up to him, would have stopped Frieza from destroying his entire race, right? He sent Kakarot away to survive, to have a chance to live, and to a planet where Goku was going to be able to thrive and hopefully not have to worry about too much. And some people may say, oh, maybe he was only doing that because, no, Bardock had a change of heart. And he said it himself. He was tired of fighting. He was getting tired of just violence, right? So I think considering what Goku has been able to achieve and create for himself today in this life of what we know of in Dragon Ball Super, we take the GT and the other references I meant out of context. Bardock would be very proud of Goku. I said that in the very beginning of this video. And I would dare someone to challenge why you think he would not be proud. And if you have some ideas in regards to what other moments or things that Bardock would probably be especially proud of Goku, let me know that in the comment section below. Take it from there. As always, appreciate you guys for love and support. Again, make sure to subscribe here for daily Dragon Ball discussion content. I have some things in the works here you guys will see over the next 1 to 3 months that'll be rolling out slowly. These long form videos are definitely what I'll be doing going forward. Shorts are really a burnout and quite frankly brain rot for most of us, and I try to figure out what could work there, didn't work. So I'll stick to these longer discussion videos. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to smash the like button. It does help out a lot. It will help this community grow. It'll help this channel grow as well. Help us get to a bigger point and this video be pushed out to more people. With all that said being done though, Kyle Striker signing out. Stay tough, stay fight, stay in the fight. I'm there with you all the way, brother. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Goodbye.